Bonjour ni hao and welcome to the Gaymeboyz channel. I'm Johnny and today I am here with a retro Disney McDonald's haul slash show and tell. It is September and as part of getting ready for fall, I was doing some cleaning, and while I was cleaning, I happened to stumble across some of my old Disney McDonald's toys that are still in their original packaging and a complete collection that I thought I would share with you. But before I get to those items, I wanted to share two vintage Disney items that I purchased. Recently, I was also watching a YouTube video talking about Disney park icons and their history, and I learned about these pins. These two pins I found on eBay, and these are vintage retro from 2001, and these are the Disney Magical Moments pins. When the Disney Magical Moments pins were released, they released a series of 5 of them. There was Cinderella's Castle, the Sorcerer Mickey's hat, a General Celebration pins, the Epcot pin, and Animal Kingdom. And what these did, whenever you were near certain areas of the park, they would light up and sparkle and illuminate. These pins bring me so much joy for many reasons. First being that they are vintage from 2001, before I ever started collecting pins, before I even knew Disney pins were going to be such an important part of my life. But the other reason I love them is that these are both representative of park icons that are no longer with us. The Sorcerer Mickey's hat that they built at Hollywood Studios is no longer around, and the wand and the Epcot logo above the ball is no longer there either. They took that down. And I wasn't a personal fan of like the wand, but the very first time that I went to Disney, the wand was there. Even though I don't know if they work anymore. I don't want to open them because I want to leave them in their original packaging because I just think they're cooler that way. But I specifically wanted these two because these icons don't exist, and I think it's an important piece of Disney history that you remember the fallen park icons of yesteryear. Like if you showed someone the Sorcerer Mickey hat, and some people truthfully might not know it was an icon, and some people also might not know that the Epcot for a brief time had like a hand with like Epcot above it. So I just think encapsulating this moment is really cool. It's kind of also like the changeover for Splash Mountain, right? It's great that they're making the change. I am so pro-change, and I think that it's exciting, a new chapter of that ride's history, but I think it's really cool to remember what was there and remember the history and how we got there. So that's my little soapbox PSA for why I love these magical moment pins and had to find these on eBay once I heard that they existed. And also, let's talk about the prices. That each of these were $15.09. So can you imagine what commemorative light up interactive merchandise would be in today's prices? I can't even imagine. But I bet it would be more than $15.09. So, before I get to the Disney toys, the other thing I found were my McDonald's transforming toys. I feel grateful and fortunate that I was part of a generation of children that got to experience the golden age of McDonald's toys and products like Legos, but also these awesome Transformers when they turned foods into robots and dinosaurs. So I have almost the complete series of the robots, and I think I only have like one of the dinosaurs just because I like the hotcakes. So the first is this Big Mac, and you think it's just a Big Mac, you're like, but then you lift up the bun and there's a robot! These are so silly and adorable, but like, I just still love them, and I love that these are from 1987. If these were 87, that means I was 4 when these came out, and these have resonated with me my entire life. Speaking of McDonald's, we also recently got the McDonald's Funko Pops from the At Icon series, and I will link Tim's video to that above and below. But needless to say, we are a very pro-McDonald's household. The next little toy is this quarter pounder, and you think it's just a quarter pounder, but surprise! It's another robot! This one doesn't do as much, but I just like that he's like a little quarter pounder. He's a little mini nugget. Whilst on the subject of quarter pounder, McDonald's used to use styrofoam. I feel so old saying that, but they did, and they used to put their burgers and quarter pounders in these little styrofoam containers, which were super cute. But when you open it up, guess what? There's another robot inside. And like, these are all of the vintage 1987 vibes with like the color combos. And actually, like, I'm super excited that neon and this color family is like making a resurgence. And this one actually is from 1988, if you can see that. So I think there were two food series, and this is what vintage McDonald's fries look like in their old little wrapper. And these over the years have had some wear and tear, which is why the paint's coming off. But surprise, if you pull down the legs and then open it, give me fries. The days of when fries look like this. It almost looks like a cup of like ramen noodles in like today. But I remember as a kid, now that I'm holding this, it's bringing back all the memories. And this was actually one of my favorite ones, just because I liked how it like transformed. I love the mouth, and I liked that his fries looked like spiky hair back in the day. He was like, give me fries. There we go. They used to serve breakfast hotcakes in these like long styrofoam tubs, and when you did this and turned it this way, there's another robot. I liked the concept of this, but I don't know, this is not one of my favorite ones, but I still love it as part of the set, and this is from '88. Here is a lovely ice cream cone, a little sundae, and you think, but look, don't be fooled by the ice cream, because it's a robot. They're all robots. And look, his little arms come out. How cute is that? While that other fries was a small fry, here is a larger fry. And how does this transform? But look at his arms and his little legs, and there's a face. I just can't get over these. These are so cute. This one is also from '87 as well. A soda. What would McDonald's be without a soda? You have a little sipper. But then, what? Surprise! I'm a robot! This one's fun too. I like this one because it's just like, he has such like a dad face, I feel like. Milkshake! This is the last one I have. This is another hotcakes one. This is actually from 1990. This was a series that they did when the foods, instead of turning into robots, turned into dinosaurs. But I only have one from this series. This is the only dinosaur I have. But I love this one because this one was one of my favorite transformations. It turned into like a flying hotcakes pterodactyl with like a tail. And I think I liked this one a lot because it reminded me of like Kimberly of the Pink Ranger, like her pterodactyl, like pterodactyl, and then like she had her flying Zord. And I just liked the way like this one transformed. I liked flying things growing up. Anything that flew was like always my jam. So now after showing off all of these toys, like I'm super hungry for McDonald's. Who knew that the psychological effects all these years later of toys would bring back such like physical manifestations of hunger and yearning for like fries. So for me, they're super iconic of growing up in the 80s and just having great times with my mom and dad, like going through drive-thrus, on road trips, getting like the treat of a Happy Meal, and like, I don't know, like they just, again, don't make toys like this anymore, and I just think that they're super cute and combine my love of fast food and toys and robots. And the last series that I want to show off are a series of Disney toys, and these were from Mickey's Birthday Land. These were from 1988, and I very specifically remember going to a bunch of different McDonald's with my parents, hunting these down, and I think I must have gotten like extras or something, because I have no idea how I have a full set of all of these in their original packaging. McDonald's and Disney have had a very long relationship, and if that's something you might be interested in me talking more about, please comment below and it may be the future subject of a Johnny Explains It All video. But I was very fortunate enough to get the entire set of the Mickey's Birthday Land toys that they released for Mickey's birthday. And there were 5 of them. And you can celebrate with Mickey and his friends at McDonald's, Birthday Land, and Magic Kingdom. And I think that used to be the original, like, Toontown area when they first put up the tent for Mickey's birthday. The very first one in the series was the Donald's locomotive, and these toys were actually super cute. Like, you pulled them back, and then they just kind of, like, wheeled forward. Here's Donald in his train. He's in a choo-choo. He's driving the front of the track, and, like, you can see him better on that. Sorry, it's a little wrinkly. The second toy was one of my most favorites. This was Minnie's convertible, and it's in hot pink. And look at her! She's cute. In her little hot pink car with her little headlights. And I remember also, I think these heads turn. Yeah, they do still turn. So you could pull them back and they would go. The next one is in the series of vehicles is Goofy's Sports Coupe. I don't know what a sport coupe is. It looks like a jalopy, but it's like this. Yeah, it looks like a Jeep. I don't know what a sports coupe is. Comment below if you know what a sports coupe is. But to me, this just looks like a Jeep Wrangler. Goofy's Jeep Wrangler. Maybe that was like a trademark thing, and they couldn't do it that way. But like you can see in his little jalopy. Pluto's Rumbler, and to me this looks more like a Rolls Royce, I think. I think it's just the grill on the front that makes it look like more expensive. It's certainly more expensive looking than the Jeep Wrangler. But there's Pluto, and this was number 4 in the series. The last and final one was a very classic Mickey's Roadster, and there he is in Mickey Red, also with the headlights. And like the cute little buggy looking version of whatever that is, and then you slide it and it would go that way. So it's crazy to find toys and things that are 32 years old, because that makes me feel very old today. I'm so happy that I found these items because it just brings me so much joy and like a piece of my childhood that is linked to my life today, and that I have these little treasures from growing up that I had the wherewithal to keep in good condition even as a kid. So comment below on what your favorite item was. Did you like the Celebration light up pins? Did you like the Transformers? Did you like the Mickey's Birthday Land vehicles? And also comment below if you remember any of these, or if there is another McDonald's toy or Happy Meal or Burger King or whatever toy that you still have that brought you joy and brings you memory all these years later that you still have. I had such an awesome time sharing these items with you, and thank you for letting me take a personal trip down memory lane, because it brings up all of these feelings of being in a car with my mom and dad and just good old family road trip fun. So thank you again. If you had a good time, please take a moment to give this video a like, and if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you're not a subscriber and had a great time and like Disney, game, pop culture, and lifestyle related content, I would highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, take care and be well. Bye.